Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now April 17th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise, and exactly where things are going by Disney and Lucasfilm, and especially by the new Disney CEO Bob Chapek, as well as Bob Iger, who is currently helping out over at Disney. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that as of right now, they are in a position where they're trying their absolute best in order to create a better future for the Star Wars franchise, to really explore every single possible opportunity in order to really evolve the franchise into something fresh and new. And I think that where we stand right now, we're obviously in a phase of where a lot of fans are divided based on what happened with The Last Jedi. There's no doubt about that. And when we look at what happened with The Last Jedi, and especially partially with The Rise of Skywalker, now granted, The Rise of Skywalker did not create as big of a divide as The Last Jedi did, nowhere near as close. So when we look ahead to the future, obviously this is going to be a big deal for Star Wars fans with this new Star Wars universe. In case you guys are out of the loop, what in the world is this new universe? Well, it's going to be a combination of books, novels, comics, video games, movies and TV shows all bundled together that's going to be pretty much inspired by the MCU and how that's all handled. Now, when we look at everything related to the character of Anakin Skywalker, a beloved character, there's no doubt about that, very well-known character in the Star Wars franchise that a lot of fans do in fact respect, and actually do have respect for Hayden Christensen. Now, with that being said, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars universe. As of right now, both Disney and Lucasfilm have multiple plans in place in order to reunite the fans around the world, to create a brighter future for the Star Wars franchise in general. Now, the new universe is set to introduce a brand new era and a brand new mythology to the Star Wars fans in the near future. However, it's noted that Lucasfilm has a major plan in place in order to restart the story of Anakin Skywalker in the new universe. Now, it's explained that major retcons will be developed for the character of Anakin during the events of Revenge of the Sith, where this major retcon is set to establish that Palpatine and Plagueis were the creators of Anakin Skywalker under the power of the Fallen Wills. Not just that, but also Lucasfilm is set to deliver a story that will take place after the events of Return of the Jedi, that will fully explain Anakin's journey to the netherworld of the Force. It's explained that a series of stories are currently in development that will show the fans the netherworld of the Force and Anakin's life in the realms that is connected to the Force. The stories are set to provide a complete redesign of Anakin Skywalker by George Lucas, by making him appear far older in design, an original idea by J.J. Abrams and George that was shot down by Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy. The plan is set to give fans a brand new version of Anakin Skywalker that fans had never seen before, where this plan is set to deliver an experience also that will show new powers of Anakin Skywalker in the Star Wars universe that George Lucas, Dave Filoni, and Jon Favreau will be a part of. George Lucas is set to be the one responsible for redesigning the character of Anakin Skywalker and restarting his appearance for this new story that will also be connected to the planned Rise of Skywalker sequel series. So, the thing that really does stand out to me a lot about this is how they actually have a big plan to redesign Anakin, making him far older in design in these new stories. Now, what are these new stories going to consist of? Most likely, like I say, comics, and of course, the Rise of Skywalker sequel series. We've heard how Hayden Christensen is in fact in the talks with Lucasfilm to provide his voice and some facial scans as Anakin for that animated TV show that they are aiming to release sometime in 2023. But that's not the only sequel series that they have in the works. They also have the Star Wars Rebels sequel series, so that's one other thing to look forward to. That's also in development. So everything related to George Lucas actually being at the top here of making key creative choices on how Anakin's story will be retold in the past. We're talking about during the events of Episode 3, and of course before that, how Anakin was created by Plagueis and Palpatine and the Dark Wills, or the Fallen Wills if you will all be thoroughly explained in these new stories. It's not just that, though, it's also restarting his appearance, really resetting the character of Anakin in a post-Episode 9 era, as well as a post-Return of the Jedi era. So that's going to be a very interesting take on things to see exactly where Anakin is really going to go. This was in fact one of the original ideas, like I say, by JJ and George, where they would make Anakin appear older, where he had scenes alongside Luke Skywalker by his side in order to not make things seem a little off, right? It would have been a little confusing to have Luke's father being younger and Luke himself being older, and so they wanted to establish this redesign, and Kathleen Kennedy completely shot down the idea. So, with that being said, like I say, this new universe is going to be very interesting, I think, is because, well, we're going to get different stories of the known characters, we're going to have brand new lore to explore and discuss, and I cannot wait personally. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.